Hello, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful 2022 episode of Timbs and the Stilettos.
Okay.
I am the favorite person, Davina.
And I am the funny man, Omar.
Oh, we still funny
I'm
this
still
week.
funny.
Okay,
I'm,
all right,
I'm
here we go.
the comedian of the group. It's
Okay.
better than being Otis.
Yes, he has sailed away. You don't have to be Otis again until December, around my birthday.
Oh, okay.
That's the only time you need to be Otis.
All right, got it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. And here we are.
Yes, so
It's cold as hell outside. I just want to let everybody who
yeah.
is not in New York know it is cold as hell outside. It is 16 degrees and it feels like 4 degrees outside.
It's really cold.
It's cold.
But you know what though?
What's that?
We was made for this. You from Buffalo, you used to it. I'm from New York, born and raised. We used to
Yes.
this weather. This is nothing. Wear the proper clothing, you'll be fine.
Yes, but it's still cold. I don't care
I
how
like
used I am to it. I know I'm fully aware that every winter this is going to happen.
Mhm.
But can you really be fully prepared for cold?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. If you say so, I can't. All right, let's get into this week's
Okay.
topic.
Before we get into this week's topic,
okay.
I want to take the time to shout out to let me just get this on camera right quick.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah, get this on. So G Sin, thanks for this
Wait,
wonderful.
I said, wait a minute, daggone it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm ready. You ready?
Okay, go.
All right. G Sin, I just want to say thank you
Yes.
for this Timbs and Stilettos sweater that I'm rocking today. It's absolutely warm and it's nice.
It's warm?
Yes, it is.
Good.
Warm. And we will reach out to you because I think we need to get some of these in production
Yes.
to be
worn
to be
by our listeners.
purchased and just I think they'll like it. It's really
I
nice.
think so.
It's really nice and it's warm.
Okay.
So really
He
good.
can do t-shirts, socks, hats, masks.
Mhm.
Because we have masks.
Yes, we do have masks.
Yeah.
I didn't wear my mask today, but I do have it.
Yes.
But
All
yes,
right.
we
Go
did. Go
T-Sin.
G-Sin.
All right.
All right, now back to the scheduled program.
Not back to our regularly scheduled program. So today we are going to talk about
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, drum roll. What was?
brr, burr, 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 burr.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, I just had to throw that one in there.
All right.
We're going to be talking about exes and family.
Oh.
So when you break up with someone, what happens when your family still wants to be friends with them?
You know, I can't help, but you know what song popped in my head when you said
What
exes
about
and family?
Case
What
of the
if
ex?
my ex-boyfriend come my next boyfriend?
Oh, okay. All right. I
But,
don't know why
okay.
What About Your Friends keep popping up in my head, but
What about your friends?
hey, will they
be
stand their ground?
Or
Will they?
let you know? Hey, hey. Oh.
Hey,
Dance
hey.
break, real quick. Dance break. All right, we're done. Okay.
Okay.
All right, back to the show.
Yes.
Um,
So exes and family.
Okay.
So, and it's actually, well, no, we might drift off into another part. This might become a two-parter. But let's just see what happens. So,
Give a preview. What's the second part?
the second part is with your children.
Uh-huh.
And I know we touched on this before, like introducing your kids to your new mate and how the other parent might feel about it, and do you talk about it before you do it and stuff like that. So,
Depends on the age.
okay.
But we'll get into that, right?
Right. So, exes and family. You're with someone for
3 years.
3 years. And they have their own personal relationship with sisters, moms, dads, whomever. You break up, and that family member, more so parents, still want to have a relationship with the ex. How do you think you would handle that? You walk in your mama house on a Sunday afternoon, and Labria is sitting on the couch.
Ooh,
I don't know. I just made up a name.
Labria?
Labria. I think that's like an actress's name. Like
Tata
they're
Delicious? No good?
Tata. I don't like that name. No, it sounds like a stripper. I'm not going to Magic City. So Labria is sitting on the couch, and you walk in. What's up? And she like, hey. and go.
Mama, I love you. I know you're in the heavens looking down at
Yes.
me. And my mama wouldn't do no shit like that.
No?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay, so
Oh,
hypothetically, if that okay, your sister.
no, she won't do no shit like that.
Okay, listen, you always telling me hypothetically. I'm about to turn this shit around on you today. Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, my brother and sister know how I am, so they would
Okay.
never do nothing like that.
But if they did,
If they did, they would be excommunicado.
you would stop talking to him?
Hell yeah. If you want to have friends, a relationship with her, do
Okay.
that on your own time, not when I'm in the mix.
Right. I mean,
need
they
to be-
became friends
Yeah, yeah.
because
I don't need-
of you.
I don't need to be around when you hanging with her.
But what if I know what I'm trying to say. Hold on. You just happen to stop by your sister's house and she's there.
Okay, if I just stopped out unannounced,
Right.
then that's my fault because
Okay.
I didn't announce my sister that I was coming. And she warned me, hey, listen, what's name's gonna be here,
Right.
so I can't get mad. I
Okay.
have to just be like, oh, what's going on? Yo, sis, I'm gonna holler at you on the flip side. Hit me back later.
Okay. So,
I was just stopping by to see what was up.
okay.
But I see you busy, so I'll be back.
Okay. I mean,
That's
yes.
what I said.
That's probably what I would say too. What would you say to your sister once you finally did speak to her?
I wouldn't say anything. That's her. That's her.
Her relationship
Her
with-
relationship
okay.
with him.
So you wouldn't be pissed off or anything like that. Or, okay, let's take a teeny weeny huge jump forward. A
Okay.
teeny weeny huge leap forward.
Mhm.
Your sister is getting married.
Okay.
And of course you're going to be there because that's your sister.
Of course.
But she says, Armar,
Mm-hmm.
LaBrie and I became really close and she's going to be in the wedding party.
Okay, it's my sister's wedding. That's her right. It's her day. She could have that. I'm not going to be that type of person to just be like, oh nah, fuck this wedding. I ain't going because this broad is here. No.
And you wouldn't try to convince her
No.
not to.
No, this is
Okay.
her wedding. She gets to have it however she wants to have it. As an adult, I have to put on my big boy pants and just deal with the situation.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends also on how the relationship ended.
Okay, that was going to be my next question.
That's a key fact too, because you know what? To be totally honest with you, it doesn't matter how a relationship ends. As an adult, you have to understand that there's going to be situations that you have to prepare yourself for. And you have to handle like an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And exes becoming close to family after being with them so long is one of those things where you have to be an adult and you have to understand that it's going to happen and there's nothing you can do about it. Whether it be your moms, whether it be your brother, whether it be your sister, whether it even be your kids.
Right.
They're asking for somebody after knowing them for so long. You have to expect that. You just have to be an adult and handle the situation as an adult.
Okay.
So if my sister was getting married and she asked my ex to be in her wedding, then so be it. All I would say to my sister is, please do not pair me with her to walk her down the aisle. Plain and simple.
Okay, that's
That's
fair.
all I would ask.
That's
I
fair.
would say, sis, I'm happy for you. Just do me a favor. Don't pair me with her to walk down the aisle.
Okay. And as a sibling, you
And
should know.
Mm-hmm. And then if it's such a situation where my sister has two brothers, and she has her dad, so her dad were walking down, and she has other sisters on her father's side. So as her brothers, if it comes to the point where it's only two women in the wedding, where it's my ex and her sister, and it's me and my brother,
Walk with your sister.
but you know what I mean? Like if she just is like, oh, I'm gonna have you paying with what's the name, then I would just be an adult and it's just for the moment. It doesn't mean that I'm going to marry her next.
Correct.
So
right.
I would just be like, you know what? It is what it is. It's my
You could
sister
chuck
day.
it up for 30 seconds to walk down an aisle.
It's my sister day. I just got to walk with her down the aisle. I don't have to hold her hand. You know what I mean? Like, and then we
Well,
just
her arm might be.
Yeah, that's it. But that's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
Listen, as a gentleman, sometimes when we open doors or we walk in with people, we let them put their arm in us so that way they have something to hold on to just in case. You know, when women walk in heels, you know, they like to hold on to your arm just in case.
Yeah, I don't walk in somewhere for that
But
reason.
just
but I
in
get
case
it.
you hit a crack or something,
Right.
you won't go
Like,
down. Your man got you. You know. So,
right. Okay.
Yeah, that would be my best
Okay.
answer to that.
All right. I don't know if I would be so nice about it.
Why?
Well, again, it
Y'all
depends
petty
on.
as hell. Let's just be honest. Y'all women is petty as hell. That's why.
No, I think it depends on the highest thing is how we broke up or why we broke up. Because I can tell you now, those other two women, because they're women now, who shared the womb that I shared with Brenda, when I'm done, they're done.
Exactly. And that's
It
how
doesn't matter.
Well, that's how most family is, unless
they're done.
he's a really good dude and it's just
Correct.
unless it just wasn't something it just wasn't y'all time
Correct.
and y'all went away at the wrong time. But
Yeah.
it all depends on the relationship.
Yes.
Relationship dictates a lot on how family, but sometimes family just is family and they just want to be friends with people just to be friends with people. Some family do things just to make you upset. Some people do things just to make you upset.
That's terrible.
Be friends with your exes or have them around just because it pisses you off.
Now, do you think that changes? Okay, wait. Let me go back to me for 30 seconds.
Sure.
I do have an ex that my family still asks about.
Okay.
But that was because, number one, we were young. It wasn't some, oh my God, I hate you so much. It was I'm not going to say it was an amicable breakup, but it needed to happen at that time type breakup. But yeah, they still ask about him because I still speak to him. We still actually have a relationship. So it's like, hey, I know so-and-so's birthday is coming up. Tell him I said happy birthday. How is he doing? How is this person? Things like that. So I think it can work in certain situations. In other situations, I feel like it could cause strain on your relationship with your family. Now, where I feel like that gets muddled and tricky is if you were married. Like you and I never having been married, if we break up with somebody, it's just like, peace out.
Right.
But when you have to go through a divorce and families now are blended because, my sister-in-law, his sister may become friends with my sister or
but the
stuff like that.
That dynamic of friendship can actually stay together. I don't think that could be. I don't think that need to be separated because marriage is a total different thing from boyfriend and girlfriend.
I agree.
That's a whole nother category. And once you marry somebody, you marry their family as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
when you break up,
divorced,
everybody is breaking up, sort of,
really,
kind of.
Everybody's breaking up because you never know. Friendships are forged in marriages, and just because I'm not with your sister anymore doesn't mean that your brother and I'm his brother-in-law. We can't still hang out and be cool. I don't think that. Especially if we have a good relationship, maybe we might have even started a business together. That's how close we was. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if we get divorced, it doesn't mean that I got to divorce your brother, I got to divorce your sister. It just means that me and you didn't work out. Just like in a relationship. The only thing in a relationship is that there is no forced togetherness because there's no paper saying that we was together. There's nothing that legally puts us together. We just was boyfriend and girlfriend. So the separation should be much easier. But it doesn't mean that the family ties don't be that strong as well.
I mean, because people date nowadays for years. Yeah. So you might not have that piece of paper, but you still have that time in to served. Be like, listen, I've watched you from your 20s, 30s to today. So we've been through some stuff. We've been through births, deaths, other people's marriages and stuff like that. So you build those bonds. How do you think a relationship like that takes a toll on the new relationship?
Well, that's where communication comes in.
Okay.
Because when you're dating somebody and this gets starting to get serious, this is a conversation you need to have. Hey, listen, I just want to let you know before you think it's weird. My ex-wife, her and my
might
family.
Be at the barbecue.
Her and my family is really close and chill, and we have a nice, cordial relationship. So she might be invited to functions. No, she's not one of them types to flaunt and try to make you jealous or anything like that. We just have a cool relationship. So I just want to let you know, if you can't handle that, then let me know. We should stop dating because, I'm not going to invite her, but I'm sure my family will, and you might run into her.
Right.
So I just want to let you know that she's a chance she might be around. Do I still have feeling for her? No, I don't want to be with her. If I wanted to be with her, I would be with her, and I would not have you here.
Okay.
But if that's too much for you to handle, then let me know. Then some events that I have, I won't invite you with, or maybe this is not what you need, or maybe I'm not the kind of guy you need because of that dynamic of my life.
Okay. Now I'm going to take that a step further. What happens, because I'm here to tell you, not a lot of women are going to be like, oh, hell no, I can't deal with that. I'm out. A lot of women are going to tell you, I can handle it. It's your ex, whatever, whatever.
Well,
But when they're put in the lion's den, and I'm just saying lion's den because when you get in that situation, it's uncomfortable the first couple of times. Even being the new person, having to meet an ex because of children, co-parenting, you're gonna have to meet the other parent, I think.
not really.
I'm saying if they're close to the family might be like, oh, it's the
okay.
4th of July. Richard's ex-wife is coming with their kids. So she might sit down for a plate or something, and we come in or whatever. Because there are some families who might try to time it where y'all never meet.
Right.
Saying, hey, that's Richard's position to introduce y'all.
Right.
I don't think it should be at a family function. But what if she decides to stay longer,
That's on her.
and you come and you sitting there like,
I'll be cordial. Hey, what's going on?
right.
And if I'm with my girl, but hey, listen, this
But
is
what
my,
I'm saying
my
is
ex
the
and this is
woman might be like, oh, yeah, I'm cool with that. Get around this woman. Now she, the new woman, not the old one, because more than likely she'll be cool because, she ain't going
She
nowhere
been
for
around
whatever
years,
reason.
Right, she's comfortable.
Might try to cause a scene, one up the girl. And when I say one up, I mean like, oh, baby, remember when we did this? Or last night you had my legs wrapped around your
If she
neck and
does
it
that,
was so crazy.
I'm pulling her to the side.
Okay.
I'm pulling her to the side at the family function. Like, hey, listen, you're wilding right now. Do I need to drop you off?
I'm not leaving. Call her Uber. I mean,
No,
I'm not leaving my
I'm just,
function.
I'll be honest. I'll leave and come back. Listen,
Okay.
do I need to drop you off? Because this ain't you. And I
Right.
asked you before you got here if you was going to be cool.
Right.
That's not being cool. And before we get into it in front of my family, I'd rather you go home.
Okay.
So I asked you
That's
before
fair.
we got here if you was going to be, and now you're acting kind of weird. So
Yeah, that is weird. That is weird.
we need to fix it, or you're going to have to leave.
Okay. That's fair. Because I just feel like everybody has a past. Everybody
Of
has
course.
dated someone before you at our big age.
Wait, but your big age is not my big age. I don't have a big age.
At your big age, at my slightly bigger age, we have dated someone prior to whomever it is we end up with.
Ma'am, I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't have a big age?
I don't have a big age.
You got medium age? What is it?
I have an age.
Your big age. You have a big age,
I don't
sir.
have a big age to me, but my age is perfectly fine.
So is mine. It's still a big age.
It's not a big age. You can have a big age. I have a regular age.
Anyway.
How does that work for you? Okay.
I ain't going to even argue with you today. Not today. Not today. I think I would be cool with it, if you had enough respect for me to sit me down and be like, listen, my ex, whether you share children or not, is going to be around because we were together for
X amount of years.
5 years. And she built her own relationship outside of me with my whomever in the family.
Right.
So, you might see her at Thanksgiving. You might see her at Christmas. You might see her at the backyard barbecues, the family reunions, or whatever. I'm going to respect you for that. And I'm going to move how they move.
Right.
Because you do get around some family members who they're cool with the ex, but they don't know how you're going to react. So everybody is tensed up the first time that interaction happens.
Well, and this is where crucial conversations comes in.
Yes.
And then when you have her around your family, when it's just y'all, you bring it up.
Right.
Because everybody needs to understand that, hey, listen, this is my girl now. I know everybody's cool, what's the name, but I just want everybody to just put it on the table. Hey, listen, my sister, I'm telling her just so everybody know when we have a function, my ex might show up, and then my sister's probably like, yeah, don't worry about it, child. Like that's my girl too. We cool, but you're in
You don't want her.
You're in his life right now,
Right.
so don't worry about her. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they need to give her that what you call it, that
confidence, comfortability.
nah, what is it, the word, it's there, but I can't think of it. I'm drawing it right. It'll come to you. Yeah, they need to give her that the same way I give it to her.
Okay.
And I guess it's there. I just can't think of it right now. I don't know.
Or
why.
be a grown, and I'm gonna speak for me. Be a grown woman and walk up to the person and introduce yourself.
No, why?
And I'll tell you why. If you have kids together, if I'm dating someone and we know that it's going somewhere, I'm telling you from experience. He was nervous for it to happen.
I just don't. I hear what you're saying, but me personally, unless they're young kids.
Well, they were younger,
right? Unless they're young kids and they're in that age where they need people to protect them. Yes, I would say.
Yeah, they were younger, and I introduced.
But once you get teenagers, I don't really feel you need to introduce yourself because you know what? Teenagers tell everything. Mommy, dad, talking to this,
right?
And they're gonna express themselves the best way they can, and they're gonna not hold their tongue back because that's how kids and teenagers are.
Right.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, if I'm Richard and I are dating. I keep wanting to say you, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna stop doing that because I've gotten comments like, "Are y'all?" No. So Richard and I are dating. He has middle school, high school students. So they're fairly old where they can say, dad has a new girlfriend. Her name is blah, blah, blah. This is what I think of her, whatever.
Right.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You can have your own opinion.
Right.
But what I'm saying is if they're in that age where they're active in school, they're in plays, they're playing sports, they're playing an instrument, and we're all going to be at recitals or we're all going to be here. I'm not the type of person where I'm not going to speak to someone just because you're their ex. So when I said I walked up to her to introduce myself, it was just to break the ice like, hi, Labria, I'm Davina. I'm Richard's girlfriend. It's so nice to meet you. And it's not to have a conversation or anything. It's just to say, hey, we're all going to be here. We need to be adults to say,
I
hey.
hear you, but at the same time, some women will take that as disrespect because one.
Then you corny.
No, because some women will feel that's the man's job to introduce because when a woman introduces herself, it's like another woman will take it as she's trying to be powerful and show her power of how she is in a relationship. It's all about dynamics.
That's stupid.
It may sound stupid, but unless you're in a situation, you might not look at it the same. So I think it would be more easier for a man to introduce you because it's a cordial introduction. If it's for another woman, I really feel like if another woman comes up and just introduce herself to my girl, it's more of a, I'm here now. This is who I am. You know what I mean? Like women take things the wrong way.
I'm about to record myself because I'm going to post this and I'm going to tag the person that I'm about to tell the story on. So I was dating a guy 15 years ago. His ex-wife and I are now friends because when we were dating, they had recently gotten a divorce. I'm not sure the timeline, but he was going to her telling her, Davina said X, Y, and Z about you when I had never said shit about this woman. He was coming back to me saying, so-and-so said X, Y, and Z about you, trying to pit us against each other. So it could seem like we were fighting for him.
Well, that's whack nigga shit.
Right. And he was still sleeping with her. So he was still lying to both of us at the same time. She got pregnant, and he had to eventually tell me because I'm going to find out. And for whatever reason, I know the reason, I'm not going to put all the business out there, I had to physically call her and be like, hey, is he there? And she was like, no, he's not here. And I'm like, okay, well, this just happened. We became friends because I'm like, well, why are you saying this? Because again, I'm that type of person where I'm going to introduce myself to you,
Right, and
not to become Queen Sheba or anything like that.
I'm not saying there's nothing. I'm not saying it's wrong to introduce yourself. What I'm saying is, at a family gathering, it may be taken the wrong way. Cause now,
No,
you know
not
what I
at
mean?
a family
Like, it all
gathering. Yeah,
depends on
you
the. It
absolutely
might.
should at a family gathering. If I'm going to your mama backyard and your
You
ex is
should.
sitting there,
I should introduce you. Right.
you should be like, hey,
Right.
ex, this is current.
Right.
Boom.
Right.
But if
Because
we're at a school function or something where he hasn't done anything, and this is like the third or fourth function I've been to watch little TT play the cello, I'm just gonna be like, hey, how you doing? I'm Davina. Enjoy your night and go on about my day.
okay.
I don't need to have a conversation with you and be like, oh, it's so good that he got an A in history and da 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 da.
That can go either way because sometimes that can also be taken the wrong way as well. Because
I think
it's
that's
not,
crazy if somebody takes that
I'm
the
just
wrong
saying
way.
because one, you're at something for the child, so it's not about y'all two. That's the first thing. It's about the child. So
It's never going to be about us,
right.
too.
I know, but I'm saying so you introducing yourself at the kid's function might not be the proper setting, depending on the woman that's you introducing.
Well, thank God I ain't
to.
never met the woman who thought I was trying to
You know what I mean?
stand over her and beat my chest.
You know what I mean? Like it's just some women have different thoughts of how things should go.
I think that's crazy. I hear you, but I personally think that's crazy.
It's just me personally. I've never really just just came and introduced somebody I was dating to my daughter mom's just because that happened one time when I went to a wedding, and that's because we both was there and we showed up at the same time. Hey,
okay.
this is so and so. This is Amanda mom's.
And
we
that's
went
that.
to the church. That was it.
Well, I think nowadays, because with what you're saying, the mindset that you're saying, oh, she might think this way, a lot of men are, I don't want to use the word afraid, but hesitant.
Yeah,
I'm going to use the word hesitant to introduce because it's like, oh, she going to go back to her exes, her friends and be like, oh, this nigga trying to flaunt his new bitch in front of me and da-da-da-da-da. When it's not that. I'm just saying, hey, this person's going to be around your kids, so I'm just introducing y'all.
We all have mess with a hood booger or
a hood booger.
Or a little thuggish, immature man.
Yeah.
So we all have that one person that we've all been wanting to, I would never do that with him. You know what I mean? Or I would never do that with her.
Okay.
Because that's the mentality or
right.
with such and such. But for the most part, the women that are there are all mature and very intellectual, and they know how to handle themselves and know how to handle situations. But I haven't really introduced my daughter to anybody I was dating until she was about 16.
Okay.
And my 3 relationships that I was in, my daughter didn't meet them until maybe a year after we was dating.
Okay. And we're gonna get into that in part 2 with the kids and the exes and all that stuff. But it's just it's and I guess it's more weird. Is that how you say it? How you saying more weird? It's weirder to me because I don't have kids. I don't have those ties to anyone. So I'm just looking at it like, say hey, shit.
But you're thinking of it is different because you're not a parent.
Right.
If you had kids, you would probably see it a different way.
Maybe.
You probably would.
I'm sure
you probably
I would.
Because you wouldn't want somebody that's your kid's father's just dating and it's not established. Maybe it's just fresh, 6 to 8 months, just coming up to introducing themselves to you. Like, you're new. Who knows if you won't even be here past 6 months?
You might not even be at the next recital.
Like, for you to be coming up here and just introducing yourself like that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
But I don't think I would have an attitude about it.
No, I
might say something to him like, okay, is this one sticking around or, something like that. But I also would pray to my Lord and Jesus Savior that the person I did create a human being with would be emotionally mature enough to only date women who are going to be mature about situations when it comes to dating.
And she damn sure shouldn't be at the recital after 6 months of dating.
Let me think. When did Robert start taking me?
Shouldn't be.
I think
months.
May.
Unless your kids are older.
When you say older, what do you mean older?
Hey, teenagers.
Okay, so I think Robert and I were dating, like officially dating, not just the court date.
Right.
He officially said, "Hey, will you be my girlfriend?" I think even after that, it still was like 4 to 6 months before I even was introduced to his children. He would go do things and be like, okay, you're staying home this weekend because I'm going to go do this with them. And then next weekend, I just got, like, he was repeating events so that he could take his kids to some and then we could do it if I wanted to do it and stuff like that. So, and you have a piece of glitter on your forehead that is like, you was at the strip club last night?
No.
It is literally just one piece of glitter on your forehead. It's so weird.
The hell?
You have one piece of glitter.
Oh, you know what? I think it's from the bag that I got your bottle in. It had glitter
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, it's
on my forehead.
yeah. Like, look at it's just no in between your in between your eyebrows.
No, that's my gray hair.
No, right here in the middle of your forehead, there is one sparkle. I saw it.
I don't see it.
Okay, it was there. I promise. I'm sorry. That
Thanks
was like
for telling
that
everybody
ADHD.
that has sparkle on my forehead.
My bad. It was just like shine bright like a diamond. Who's that rapper who had the diamond in his forehead?
Little Uzi Vert.
There you go.
He don't have it no more.
I know. It's stupid. It was like he put E6000 glue on his head and just put it there because that was stupid. And then you took it out. But anyways,
somebody tried to rip it out during a concert. He jumped into the crowd.
That's his fault.
He was crowd surfing. Somebody tried to pull it
That's
up.
his fault. You put a $20 million diamond in your face.
Yeah.
That's your fault. Anyways.
That's when you have nothing to do with money. You need to spend it.
Okay. Just like somebody bought a planet, allegedly.
Yeah.
All right.
You could buy your own island. You know that, right?
I would rather buy an island than a planet.
You can buy your own island. I was watching what's the name?
I would buy a planet. I mean, an island.
You would buy a planet?
No, I wouldn't buy a planet. It's just like when they say, oh, you can buy a star. And we have just gotten completely off topic and we were doing so well. So, back to exes.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a bad breakup.
If it was a bad breakup, I would sit my family down, but hey, listen, me and what's the name broke up. It didn't go as good as I thought it was. It went really bad. Just please do me a favor and don't invite her to no family functions for at least 3 to 6 months. Let her give some time to relax and cool herself until we can be cordial when we see each other. I don't think she should be invited to any family. I'm just telling my family just like that. Or if you're having something and it's just the ladies, don't invite me.
Well, if it's just the ladies, why would they invite you?
Well, sometimes you have a close relationship with your family, and it may be just the ladies and the fellas might be doing something on the side.
Ah, okay.
So you're still in the same house, but
Got it.
just don't do me no favors and invite me.
Okay. Do you think family can turn a Do you think family can turn a cordial situation into a messy situation?
Of course, family is messy. Not all family, but some family is messy. Some people like to have that drama in the family, and they live for it. They need to have it. So depending on your family members, your family members and how they talk about people and how they get down. You know exactly which ones they are that like to cause friction in the house. So if you know you got that one person like that, you got to second guess everything they say.
I think that would cause me to want to like go off on somebody in my family, like literally. Like, what is you doing?
Yeah.
I moved on. You move on.
People have deconnecting issues. They can't deconnect from certain things. Yeah.
I don't get that.
But family, you live them, you love them, and you hate them sometimes. Family do some crazy
Tap 'em right
things.
in the throat. Bing, bang, bong. Damn. Okay.
Second part.
We can talk about the second part. Kids.
Age range before you meet them.
Age range. Let's say let's say not a toddler, but not a teenager. Is that adolescent?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna say my nephew's range.
Okay.
So my nephews are 7 and 7, 11, 7 twice, 7 twice. Oh, sorry. I told you I was gonna find a way to put a song in every episode. Boom.
What was that song?
7-Eleven Beyonce. Shoulder sideways, smack it in the air.
Name of that song, 7-Eleven?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
Yep. And let's go a little bit younger. Let's say
2 years old.
6.
Okay, 6.
Because I don't think 2-year-old should be dating. Because there's still that chance that you might get back with your kid's other parent.
No, not really.
It's a chance, though. It's more likely if
You know,
you've been there since birth. It's more likely at that age you gonna slide back in there.
Well, if that was a reason why I don't really date people who have young kids, because there's always that opportunity of the baby father to come back, because it's still, some people want to maybe having a rough time right now, and then they may have a rough, and then they try to see the bigger picture, and they're like, you know what, that's my kid. I need to be there. Let's make this work for them.
Right.
But if you're with somebody and the kid father is nowhere to be present, actively is not putting himself out there, then if you like this girl, you have to accept the responsibility of also accepting her kid as well. Of
course.
Then go for it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Now,
being a stepdaddy.
It's nothing wrong with being a stepmom either. I love being the thought. I love the thought of being a step parent because I didn't have to push a human out of my body. 2, I get to watch children grow up. I love kids. So
me too.
At any stage of being able to be in a child's life, I'm here for it.
I wanted to have 5 kids.
You have mentioned that, and yes.
I did.
Come on, Cliff Huxtable.
That's 4 more at this. No, I don't know.
At your big age, you not having 4 more kids.
I don't have a big age, and I'm at an age where I could have 4 more back to back to back.
You can have them all at the same time. You're a man.
Yeah.
You can get 4 women pregnant at the same time. No, I think that's gross.
That's thottish.
But you could.
And plus, you can't 4 baby mamas. Do you know what that would be like?
No.
I mean, I ain't Nick Cannon. I ain't got it to spread love to everybody like Nick does to make sure everybody good. I ain't got it like that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Man, I ain't doing that.
I'm not being anyone's baby mom. I'm not a biological mother. No. But okay, so I wouldn't mind being a step mom to a younger baby, but I would need to fully know with unequivocal doubt you are not going back to your child's mom.
So what would be the perfect scenario to show that he's not going back to his child mom?
I'm not going to say sit in, but be privy to conversations, like
what
conversations as far as to like the status of your relationship.
As far as?
With the other parent.
Well, when we date, the person should have made that obvious from the beginning what it is.
People say shit all the time. That doesn't make it factual.
I'm trying to understand what you mean. Privy to conversations.
Privy to conversations. Like you and I are having a conversation right now. Hey, I could be sitting in the chair on my phone, but can hear what you're saying to know that your words are matching.
So you want to be around when I talk to my daughter moms, basically.
Correct. Not every conversation, but enough for me to be like, okay, he's
not happening.
Okay, and that's why you and I wouldn't date. But that's just something that I might
feel
want to
as a man
be privy to.
If you don't trust the words that I'm giving you, then you shouldn't be with me.
But it's not about not trusting it. No, it's not. No, it's not about trusting your words, because sometimes words and actions need to meet and match.
You just said.
I'm listening.
Air quotations. Words and actions need to meet. Now, if I'm
Correct.
telling you I'm not with her and I'm showing you I'm not with her, why do I?
Then I'm good. I'm good if you're showing me I'm good. But if you're
let me finish. Thank you. If I'm showing you that I'm not with her, then why do you have to have that
Showing me
part
how.
by the actions of showing that I'm with you, by proving how I want to be with you, doing the thing I'm supposed to be for you? Why do I have to prove that I'm not with her to you, or not trying to be with her to you?
Because if you want to be with me, why would you not do that? Why would you?
Because she's not a factor, so I have no reason to prove to.
But she will always be a factor because
No, she's not. No, she will not
she's your
always be a factor.
child's mom.
She is my child's mother.
Yeah,
and
so
that's
she's
all
always going to be a factor.
No, she's
that
not.
does make her a
No,
factor in
it
your
does
life.
not. See, this is what women need to understand.
It's the move, the glitter.
You know what? If you talk about this damn glitter one more time,
I just saw it spark. Okay, yes, do that. Okay, I gotta wait for you to hit a certain angle.
it's just the glare of the light off.
No,
my
it was a
nose.
piece of glitter. It literally was a
Anyway,
piece of glitter.
like I was
Sorry.
saying, it made me lose my train of thought.
She's not a factor.
What I was saying.
That's
to
what you were saying.
is
She's not a factor.
Women need to understand that just because you have kids with somebody, it doesn't mean that they control an aspect of how you move forward in your life. Now, yes,
No, I'm not saying. Okay,
granted, they are important because they are the parent to
right.
of a
That's
kid.
what I'm saying when
But
I
at
say
the end of
factor.
the day, my happiness is important too.
Of course.
And how I be happy has nothing to do with her. As long as I take care of my kid, that is my number one priority.
Of course.
The woman isn't my number one priority.
No,
the kid is.
I didn't say no. See, but I didn't say number one priority. I said
No,
she will
I
always
know.
be a factor in
So,
your life.
This is why I say she's not a factor, because she's not. As long as she's doing what she has to do to take care of my kid and doing the things to raise her properly or raise him properly, then she's no factor. She's a mother. That's what she is. She's a mother.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Because, again, I don't have kids,
Right.
so I don't have this dynamic with any man. But aren't you still, to a degree, it might not be a high degree, but to a degree, aren't you, concern isn't the word, her well-being, her safety,
Of
stuff like that.
course.
So that makes her a factor.
But no, it does, because I cannot control what goes on in her house.
No,
So,
I'm not saying that.
Listen to what I'm saying. Going with this. Listen where I'm going with this. So what I'm saying is, I can only speak of what I see and what I personally hear.
Okay.
Now, as far as who's in her house and what she's doing in her house, unless my baby tells me, it's none of my concern. The only thing I can do is give her the benefit of the doubt. She's doing everything she's supposed to do for the best welfare of our child.
So if you're I don't want to say Amanda's mom, but if you had an invisible baby and that y'all broke up for whatever reason, and the invisible mother called you and said, "Hey, invisible new boyfriend hit me." She calls you crying or whatever reason.
The first question in my mouth is, was my daughter there when it happened?
Yes.
Okay. My second question is, what did you do next?
I'm trying to get him out of my home.
Wrong answer. Why isn't the cops there? Because one, he's putting a danger to you and my daughter, so you're supposed to call the cops to get him taken out.
Okay. She did that.
Okay, then she's handling it right then. So the second thing is this. Are you done, or are you going to let him back in the house?
No, I'm done.
Okay, then. So I have nothing else to worry about then.
But however.
Because she just said she's done. So now, if she
It's not
calls
that
me,
easy.
I know it's not. If she calls me and say, hey, listen, remember that situation I told you about? It's been 2-3 weeks. He just showed up at my door. I'm on my way. First of all, is my daughter there? Yes,
Yeah.
she is. I'm on my way.
So if your daughter wasn't there, then what?
She has to handle it, because that's not my responsibility. But if it's my daughter's in the premises in the household, that's my responsibility. Because at the end of the day, these problems is what you bring to the house. You have a young baby. You got to think about all that when you're dating somebody. You can't be bringing people to the house like that.
But that goes back to people
one,
lying and
right.
not showing you. That goes back to
Right.
me saying that, because he could tell you all day. Like, men are quick to say, I've never hit a woman. I'll never do this. I'll never do that.
But as a woman,
Uh-huh.
you have to be 10 times more careful, because one, not saying you can't take care of it, you're more fragile than a man is. And I'm not saying it in a disrespectful way. What I mean by fragile is you're a man is stronger than you. Unless you have your permit to carry, then he's never stronger than you. You blow his ass away.
Oh, I definitely agree with
But
that.
as a woman, you are more fragile than a man, and you have to take more precautions because some men feed off the fact that you're a single mother.
I
They
agree.
feed off of that. They
I
feed
agree
off
with
of
that.
it.
I've heard
So
stories
you
like
have to
that.
be more careful. And me personally, as a single mother, I just think
You're
that
not a single mother.
I mean, I'm not single, but for single mothers out there, if the man isn't showed you within 6 to 8 months to a year what type of man he is, he doesn't need to meet your kids. I just think they shouldn't meet your kids for up to almost a whole year, no matter how much you date. I
Okay.
just really think that unless he's giving you no reason to make you feel uncomfortable around him and make you feel uncomfortable around your kids, he shouldn't meet your kids, especially in that young toddler
Right.
age.
No, I get that, but I mean, that's your
Mm-hmm.
standpoint on it, but I know, like, I personally know one or two men who, listen, I can't stand Keisha, and I'm using Keisha because it's a very broad name.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand Keisha, but that's my kid's mom. Her well-being is I'm always gonna look out for.
Of course.
Whether or not my kid is in the house or anything
No.
like
See,
that.
no.
It's
Listen,
because they might have gotten that
I-
relationship back to
I
just
don't.
being
I
friends.
would never want nothing to happen to my daughter's mother. Never,
Okay.
never, because at the end of the day, it's going to break my daughter down.
Of course.
And every man feels like that for that reason. Now, that's a different reason for caring about somebody's well-being because you want to care for your child's benefits.
Right, but that was the question I was asking you. If she called you, like,
No, the scenario is totally different.
how is it different?
Because you're talking about a domestic violence situation. Now, if you
Right.
ask me, I care about my daughter's well-being, yes, but when it comes to her situations and her relationships, no, that's none of my business. Unless my child is naturally affected, I have nothing to do with it. But if it's a toxic environment for my child, then yes, I am going to intervene.
Okay.
But if my child is not involved and it's happening when she's away and she's only with me, if happening to her at her house, well, you need to handle that before she comes back home, because you're making an environment unsafe for her.
Okay.
Plain and simple. So I care about her well-being, but at the end of the day, we lay our bed and we have to sleep in it. We're adults as well as parents.
I'm not saying that you're not an adult. I'm just saying, like,
No, I'm not saying that she isn't, but I'm just saying that part of her life and her living her life the way she wants to, that's on her. I can't control how she lives her life. I care to make sure she's hey, you good? Oh no, this situation getting out of control. Make sure you call the cops and get it handled. That's as far as I reach.
Mm-hmm.
But if my daughter's now in the house and is coming to the house and my daughter's there, I have to get involved.
Okay.
But if she's not there, I have nothing to say. Make sure you get that handled. Call the cops. Do what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, you and my daughter have to live there, and you're gonna make the situation worse for both of y'all. And then once it gets worse to where she's affected, then now I got to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
And that's putting me at risk, because if I do something, I might go to jail, and then I'm out of my daughter's life.
Right.
So you're making this hostile situation worse for both of us now. So if
Well,
you want,
she's not making it worse.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
is.
hostile situation.
So unless I'll keep her until you handle your situation, if that's what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
Okay.
But when people say they care for their kids' parents, that's what they care for, because they would never want nothing to happen to them while they're still on this earth. Because to lose a parent is devastating to any kid at any age.
Of course.
That well-being is just a care for the simple fact that that's the person who gave me my child.
Okay. Okay.
Not like I still have feelings for her type of way.
No, I never said it was having feelings for the other person. I never said that. I'm just saying I know people who, because it is their child's mother,
They get involved in things.
they get involved if they're asked to get involved. They don't just like intervene in stuff. But
I gotta ask questions first before I intervene.
I'm not saying I don't know if they do or if they
Right.
don't, but I'm just saying based on what they have said to me in passing or in conversations, it's like, listen, that's my kid's mom, I'm always going to make sure she's good. Like, that's basically what I think those are like the words,
Yeah.
the umbrella of the words. I'm always going to make sure she's good.
Yeah, you're going to make sure she's good.
Yeah.
Meaning the house is good. If she needs something for the house for your daughter to be in, yes, you're going to make sure it's good because your daughter lives there.
Okay. All right, maybe I misunderstood it. I don't know.
No problem.
I don't have kids.
It's okay.
And that's another reason I don't want none, cause no, gracias. We'll finish that next time. It's my week to pick the topic. Final thoughts.
Damn, what was the first part again?
Exes and family.
Exes and families. Don't bring your ass over unless you're invited. Nah, all jokes aside, I have no problem with it. Exes can come through. I'll act like I don't know you if we left on the wrong foot. I'll just act like I don't see you, and speak to everybody but you. But if it's a good thing, and we're cool, hey, what's poppin'? Give me a hug. What's up? You know what I mean? It's cordial. It is what it is. Can't control family. Family's gonna always invite who they want to invite, whether it's malicious or just to be because y'all close. You'll never know until you're in a situation where it's happening and you see how they act.
Their head look like a tennis match.
So I have no problems with it. I think as an adult, we have to both be cordial and be adults and know how to act in front of others. And if you don't like the fact that family inviting your friends, then you speak to your family. You gotta let them know, hey, listen, no offense, but it's uncomfortable for me when she's here. Can you do me a favor when we having something that's all family? Just let's keep it all family. Don't invite her. I understand that she's cool, but if it's a barbecue or something like that, then yeah. But if we having a family sit down or gathering, just let's keep it family. You just you express your concerns and let them know why. And as your family, they should take it into consideration. If they don't, then you already know how your family is. So go from there.
Yeah.
And as far as with dating and kids, I say use your better judgment. You'll know how a man is around or a woman is around your kids by the way they are in general and in public or how they act. Just be cautious. You never know what a person has in their mind. So just always be careful.
Agreed.
And it's okay to not introduce yourself to the kid's mother. It's okay not to do that. You don't have to. You could just let your boyfriend do it. He'll
gonna do it.
He'll make sure it's done when the time is right. Timing and situations are
unless he
important.
being messy.
If he's being messy, you're gonna know he being messy by the way she look at you when y'all come in the room. You're gonna automatically know. If listen, you will know when a man is still messing with a woman by the look you get.
You're gonna know by the way he talks to you about her. You can tell. If you like, I had to call invisible baby mama about the kids and she asked how my little girlfriend was doing. When they say little stuff like that, being messy.
I mean,
you being messy.
And
because why do I need to know that?
They have to reevaluate the type of man
I need to reevaluate this whole relationship
because he's
being messy.
He's being bitchy. Let's be honest. That's that bitch shit when that he say she say. Like, you're a man. You shouldn't even if your girl, your baby mother did say something like that. You
shut it down.
You don't bring that back home.
Exactly.
You address it right then and there. Hey, listen. First of all, she's not my little girlfriend, and second of all, don't disrespect because she isn't disrespected you.
Correct.
Right? And that's all you had to say. You just keep it moving.
That's it.
Not to go back and be like, let me tell you what this bro said. Like,
you being messy and you still messing with her.
You're starting a fire for no reason. Now you're going to have her hating her before she even gets to see her. So
exactly.
There's no need for that.
So, but, yeah. I think exes and family, I think it can work depending on how we broke up. I really think it can work depending on how we broke up. And I say that I feel like it can work because I can be friends with some of my exes. Okay. Depending on how we broke up. So if I can continue a platonic relationship, why can't you, my family, do it? Now, if you were an asshole when we broke up or during the relationship. When I break up, we all breaking up. It's just that simple. The kid thing, I can only go off of what I'm given. I can only go off of someone else's lead because I can never take the lead in that type of situation.
Right.
I think I didn't have them babies by that person, but that's another story. But yeah, I'm about to do a story time on our YouTube channel. Y'all stay tuned for that. About relationships, because ladies, we about to get it together in 2022. But I think it can work. I think with kids it can work if it's done with a high level of maturity. Right. So I still feel like if you got young kids, you shouldn't be dating. You should be focusing on those formative years. But that's just me. I'm not saying I won't date you. I'm not saying I will date you. I'm just saying it might not be where your head needs to be as far as dating.
Okay.
So yeah, those are my thoughts. Story time is coming for Timbs and Stilettos from Davina. I'm gonna figure out.
Well, we gonna both do a story time. You do one, then I'll drop one.
Okay.
And then we could we can share it to all our socials and get some feedback on them.
Yeah, I think.
Don't forget to send us emails or questions and comments, concerns, story
topics.
I
think the person who sent the Facebook message, I think he commented, liked, or did something on our Instagram.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I was being Inspector Gadget and putting two together when I was in bed sick on Monday. Yeah, thank y'all so much for the love y'all sent to me on Monday, by the way, when I thought my uterus was going to fall out of my body. But, you know.
Oh, Lord.
And let me tell you this. I was having a conversation with Byron at work saying it's so sad how now with COVID, Omarion, Delta Sigma Theta. I'm listen. The HVP one that's about to come out. I know that's not the initials. When I have to call in sick to work, I literally now have to tell a man why I am not coming into work. Because you can't just say you're sick because it's like, you can't come back to work unless you get a COVID test. It's like, my uterus is falling out of my body. It has nothing to do with COVID.
But does he really understand what that means?
Yes, because he's married, so he understands.
Okay.
So, and he has children. So, but it's crazy how you can't just say you don't feel well anymore. It's like, well, what are your symptoms? What are this? I have to change a tampon. That is my symptom.
Oh, did you have to say that live?
Are we not adults?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay. So there you go. And then they're like, okay, feel better, Davina. See you tomorrow. Work from home.
I would do the same thing.
So, but yeah, social media.
Humble King 79. I remember the altar back. Remember that?
Good job. Davina J Artistry, Timbs _and_ Stilettos on Instagram, Timbs and S on Twitter, Tickety Talk and Facebook, Timbs and Stilettos. Yeah. And that is everything. We will both be live on Monday at 7 p.m., which is tonight when this drops. And
don't forget, turn in tonight, 7 p.m. Log in to Timbs and Stilettos. We'll be going live at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
On Timbs and Stilettos.
And from the studios of New York to
Gotham,
your homes.
It's Gotham. I keep wanting to say Gotham Sound because
that's where you work.
That's where I work. Gotham Podcast Studios. It is your favorite girl, Davina.
And funny man, Armand.
And we will talk to you later. Bye.
Later, guys.